Good evening, my friend. Welcome to WDW Radio Live. I am Lou Mangello, and if you are watching live, thank you so very much for being here. Sit back, relax, grab a snack. Do me a favor, if you're a first timer, let me know where you are watching from, and if you're watching on the replay, don't forget to join us here every Wednesday night, 7:30 p.m. Eastern, and turn on notifications on the WDW Radio page so you don't miss a thing. I'm so happy to see you. I've been doing this every week. I was thinking about this earlier today. I've been going live every week, save for a few exceptions here and there, every week since 2007. And I remember the first night like it was yesterday. And I still look forward to this. And I get excited for the show every Wednesday because of you. And I am just want to let you know how grateful I am to you and for you for you being here. So thank you, and got a lot of fun stuff to talk about. I'm going to try not to focus on Moon Knight too much, but there may be a little Moon Knight conversation in there as well. Let me put these on so I can see. Neil is calling in. He's calling in. He's also writing in from Massachusetts, and I still don't know why these things are acting all kinds of I don't know why the graphics are acting all kinds of wonky, and I'm only just making it worse. Well, there you go. There's Neil. Um, Caleb Joshua, 15, I know, 15 years, right? 15 years of going. And it's funny, whenever I go like to a conference or I talk to somebody about like how long I've been like going live, or how, like if I say I've been podcasting since 2005, they're like, oh, no, you mean 2015. I said, no, I mean 2005. And they're like, oh, you're old. But I love every part of it, and I love this more than anything because it's as close as we can get to being able to get together each and every week. And there's lots of good stuff that I want to talk about very quickly. I want to sort of bring your attention to, and then I'm going to play a little Would You Rather. We did this once a few months ago. Actually, somebody sent me a direct message on Instagram like, hey, you're ever going to do the Would You Rather thing again? So we'll have some fun tonight. And then when we're done, if speaking of Moon Knight, if you are part of the WDW Radio Nation, we have our episode 2 watch party tonight at 9 o'clock. If you're a part of the nation, I'll post a link in the group and I'll send it to you via the messenger on Patreon. You don't have to be on Facebook. We do it using some other technology. We had so much fun last week. And if you liked episode 1 of Moon Knight, I'm not even telling you to sit back and relax, because you better strap in, because episode 2 is even better. The more I watch, the more I enjoy it. And speaking of Moon Knight, by the way, this week and I don't think I've ever done this. I don't think I've ever done a full show about a Disney Plus show before. We've talked, I don't even think, for WandaVision. And I think that speaks volumes of just how much I found myself enjoying and intrigued and going down. I mean, remember when WandaVision first came out? How we were sort of going down the Wanda and Vision, and yes, Mephisto, who eventually may be confirmed for real, went down that rabbit hole even more so in Moon Knight. I should have grabbed my Moon Knight comic and my trade paperback, because Moon Knight and Spider-Man actually team up. Whatever, it doesn't matter. But the more I watch Moon Knight, the more I love Moon Knight, and I enjoyed it so much, and I wanted to sort of share the Moon Knight love, the Moon Knight nerdiness, so much that I wanted to do a full episode about it. I would love to know, and I want honest feedback, because any feedback I ever ask for, I always want to be honest. You don't have to tell me here. Post it in the clubhouse. Send me a message. Send me an email. Did you like this topic being covered in this type of way? Do you like it when we sort of go outside? You know, we sort of listen. WDW Radio is the worst name ever for the show, right? Because so much of what we talk about is beyond the four corners of Walt Disney World, whether it's the other Disney parks, Cruise Line, Marvel, Pixar, Star Wars. It's fine. It is what it is. But I want to know if you like going outside and talking about some of these other topics and some of these other ways, bringing on some other folks who I love Sean Gerber. I think Sean Gerber is not only incredibly smart and well-spoken, but the guy knows his stuff, and I've been a fan of his show for years. And we had a chance to meet up way back when they used to do press junkets in person. I finally start getting invited to press junkets out in Hollywood, and then COVID hits. I know it's a super first world problem, but I thank you. I'm seeing some of the positive feedback. Speaking of live video, there's Jeff C. I remember the talk of WandaVision last year. It was so fun discussing with the group. Becky Menken from Mouse Fan Travel for all your vacation planning says you have a podcast. Look, Becky, I even kept your logo in the bottom right corner of the screen. Don't make me regret it. Don't make me take it off. It's good to see you here. We never heard of Moon Knight before. Where you're hooked after last week's episodes. Enjoy the podcast. Love the insight you bring about the Disney community. Thank you. So yeah, thank you. Molly says I enjoy the variety of topics. I do too. I love being able to chat about some of this stuff, and that's why I was like, for the nation, I wanted to share the experience, because it's one thing for us to watch on our couches, on our devices, laying in bed, wherever you consume your content. But it's like sometimes it's like going to a park alone, right? It's great and we love it and we can enjoy the experience for what it is, but sometimes it's better when you can do it with friends. And when I yell at the TV and it doesn't yell back at me, it's great, but I would rather do that while we're watching together in this format. And I had thought we did this, I think, once before. We did a live watch of, it was Wanda or Loki, and it was like this. It was like a live. I felt like such an idiot. I'm like, why are you watching me reacting to something? It was weird, and I couldn't snack as much as I want. So I really, really like the format. For all of you who are in the nation who came last week, it was a lot of fun. Looking forward to doing it again tonight, and would love a couple things. Your feedback in the clubhouse about the Moon Knight episode. I'd love your feedback on places like Apple Podcasts. If you haven't reviewed the show before, go back, review the show. Those are super helpful. And as you know, I will read your review, especially if it's nice. I will read your review on the podcast if you leave it over at Apple Podcasts. So even if that's not where you primarily consume your podcast, you can still go in and just leave a review there. And better yet, if you could tell a friend, spread the word, even better. And keep spread the word in the back of your mind. I have something that I thought about. Well, I won't. Maybe I'll share it later. We'll see. Anyway, Moon Knight, spread the word. Let me know what you think, and then we have we've got the watch party in a little while. Speaking of other things going on outside the four corners of the live broadcast, our Disney Wish logo design contest, because I thought about Marvel. I thought about Marvel Day at Sea, how much fun I had, how much I enjoyed it, how much fun we had making the logos and the magnets. Our logo design contest is going on now for your chance to win a mystery prize package box thing. You can enter by Monday, May 2nd. If you go to wdwradio.com/wish logo, you can find out exactly how to do it. You can enter more than once. Get creative. Have fun with it. Last time we had a lot of really, really cool, very inspired. We had such a tough time. We picked a winner, but we ended up making surprise daily magnets for 4 other designs that we handed out to the staterooms every single day. So it's great to be surrounded by such creative talent. And I will only say that the winner, who was the winner, received a special prize that you can't buy in the parks, and I will leave it at that. I had to make let's just say I had to make a special voyage just to go and get the prize package. So check it out and let me know. Also, on the blog, I want to quickly thank everybody who participated in our recent Magic Mail letter exchange. This was something that was dreamed up by Shannon the Elf, a longtime member of the community and writer and whatnot, in a way for us to sort of we did I think it started off with an ornament exchange years ago. We did a Christmas ornament exchange during COVID. She's like, look, we need to like keep more in touch with each other. We started doing letter exchanges. So now we do a letter exchange in the fall. We do an ornament exchange in the winter. Normally what we do for the letter exchange is exactly what it says. You're randomly assigned sort of a pen pal, excuse me, from the community, and you're all you need to do, sorry, is send a postcard or a card or a letter, and sometimes people go above and beyond. And I will only say that I got this amazing letter from Denise. Thank you very much. A letter from her son that made me cry. I'm not going to do it. And she also sent me, I got this package, and I'm like, this package smells wonderful. And I'm like shaking it around, and then I'm like, what's in the box? What could? And little did I know that Denise makes her own. She makes her own soaps. They're called Sweet Home soaps. I'm like, and they're inspired by, according to Denise, they are. She makes her own soaps from goat's milk, and with Lisa Lisa Donato Glassner's blessing from Core Memory Candles. I used some of her oils to create this special Disney-themed soaps just for you. So this is, it's, oh, it does. It looks and smells, it smells like the ocean. I totally lucked out on Magic Mail this year. This is inspired by Fort Wilderness. So when I hear Fort Wilderness, does it smell like the horse barn? Wait. Oh, that actually smells really nice. It smells like fresh and farmy and like fall. Wait, this is inspired by the Haunted Mansion. Oh. Wait a minute. Oh, they're like all like there's like stuff. Oh, it looks like the Haunted Mansion, and I'm afraid to use it because I'm going to walk around like in Publix going, hey, why does that guy smell like the Haunted Mansion? Which would be weird on a lot of levels. It smells like, the Polynesian I really like. And the Contemporary. What does the Contemporary smell like? It smells like Mary Blair murals and steak. It smells like Steakhouse 7. No, it doesn't smell like Steakhouse 71. Anyway, thank you. Thank you, Denise and Lisa, and oh my God, they just fell. And Michael, if you happen to be watching, you made me cry, and I will talk to you about that privately. Stay tuned for our next Magic Mail letter exchange, and obviously our ornament exchange later on in the fall. Quickly, before we get to the Would You Rather, there is something that I absolutely want to bring to your attention. Kendall Foreman, who has been a long time friend and writer on the blog. She was the editor on the blog for a long, long time. Then she had a baby, so she couldn't edit. She still writes. Kendall's been on the show a number of times. We've done a lot of cool history segments. All of a sudden, what do I see on the blog today, but this. Kendall's also a huge Lego fan, and she designed and created this Figment mosaic, which I think is one of the coolest things I have ever seen. Little did I know until I sort of read the blog post and then looked at her PDF. She posted not just photos of it, but how she did it, but she also has a PDF with step-by-step instructions on how to make this yourself, including the exact Lego pieces you need to buy or go order, the number of pieces, how to actually. It's crazy. I don't want to know how many hours it actually ended up taking her to do it. But your kids together, you can make this Lego mosaic exactly as it looks, and suitable for framing or hanging on your wall. So go check out the blog over at WDWradio.com. And if you can, do me a favor and do Kendall a favor and share it out as well, because I think this is, I think it's super, super cool. So, and last thing, today is Wednesday, April 6th, which means happy Multiverse of Madness Countdown Ticket Day. I wonder if your children were as my son was like yelling at me and texting me as we were both frantically trying to get tickets today. Did you get your tickets for Doctor Strange and the Multiverse of Madness coming out in just 1 month on May 6th? Um, as of right now, we have tickets for 3 showings, subject to change and cancellation, but um, really looking forward to it. And the more I see trailers come out, the more I am intrigued by this. Who's going to be in it, and how this we talked about on the show, sort of this tonal shift that Marvel is making in terms of dark and horror, and it absolutely looks like multiverse of madness is going to pay off in spades, not just from characters that we have seen before, maybe taking on slightly different multiversal personas. But go, if you haven't seen the trailer, go and go check it out, because the speculation is already taking place as to who some of those creatures are. Not Mephisto confirmed yet, but I I really do think he's coming. Anyway, Multiverse of Madness comes out next month. We're going to have a lot to talk about when it does on May 6th. So with that, we're going to play a little bit of Would You Rather. We're going to do a little Disney version of Would You Rather, sometimes called This or That. I'm just going to we're going to have some simple fun tonight. I'm going to ask you to I'm going to give you two things, Mickey or Minnie, whatever it is, and then you choose one, and I'm just curious as to your answers and how they go. So we'll have some fun. No cause, it's Mephisto. Oh boy, Becky's been dying to use the Mephisto thing for a week. Wait till tonight's live watch. If you haven't watched yet, I'm not going to lie. I've watched it twice already. If you haven't watched Moon Knight episode 2, we're going to have a lot of fun. There's going to be a lot of stuff to talk about tonight. So tonight's going to be a Disney version of This or That. I'm going to probably go all over the place. If you have a this or that question that you want me to ask, you can post it in the comments as well. We'll start off simply, and I started thinking not just about the parks, but about the movies. So if you could live in one place, would you live in Neverland or would you live in Wonderland? Would you live in Neverland or Wonderland? Becky, of course I watched it already. I had the screener last week and I had to watch it again today. I needed to be mentally prepared to really, because when the Marvel shows, you've got to watch once for the wide format viewing, and then you watch again and again for that more granular deep dive and really start to dig in. So, would you live in Neverland or Wonderland? Beth says, meh, neither? Why would anybody not live in Neverland? You have do you know what private island, beachfront property is going for these days? You have a private island, you get to hang out with mermaids, you fight with pirates, and it's part of the reason why Peter Pan is my favorite character. You fight with pirates and win, I'm sure there's great tax benefits by living on the island too. It would be Neverland. It would be Neverland all the way. I think Wonderland would be constant chaos, says Katie McNamara. Neverland, so I can keep my youthful glow. Amanda Catherine, you missed not all, but you missed so much of the Marvel and Moon Knight conversation. We'll have to pick that up on the Nation Call. Neverland, says Jeff C. Beards and pirate costumes. Jeff's basically been living in Neverland his entire life. I don't think I've seen anybody say, well, there you go. I didn't see anybody except for Becky say Wonderland. I already live in the rabbit hole that is Wonderland. I've been to Becky's house, and I can absolutely confirm that the Queen of Hearts lives in Wonderland. Moving on, I feel like Wonderland would be anxiety-inducing. Which Wonderland, the cartoon version or the live-action remake? Did anybody actually see the live-action remake? I'm going to have to post this question. Somebody remind me. I want to post this question in the clubhouse. What is the worst live-action movie Disney has ever made? Where's the worst? I actually I have a this or that question. Well, it was comparing two of things. But what's the worst live action movie Disney has ever made? You can answer it here, but I want to post that in the clubhouse too. I'd be very, very. Oh, Becky, I did. I'm very curious. Um, I'm very curious. Look, your logo's still sitting there. I'm very curious to see what the um, what the answer to that question might be, because I have a few that would really be vying for. Maybe I'll do my top. Maybe they'll do that. Based on your answers, we'll do a bottom five live. The bottom five. Please, somebody write this down and message me. The bottom five live of the worst Disney live action movies ever made. Um, Lion King, John Carter. You know what? I've never. I couldn't get through 20 minutes of John Carter. I didn't see Lion King. Martin Shergold, you did not say Black Hole. Our friendship is teetering. It's hanging by a very thin spider web. Um, Beatrice says, Brian said black hole. He's trying to upset you, but he means it. I don't know what part of that sentence is worst. The fact that he's trying to upset me or the fact that he means it. Black hole might not necessarily. Wait, I need to. It's like smelling salt. I need to like. Black hole might not stand the test of time, but it's man, that ending is weird. We're gonna do a. You know what? We're gonna do a live watch of the last 10 minutes of Black Hole because well, maybe we'll do a live. Maybe we'll do a nation live watch of Black Hole one day too, and we're gonna make sure Becky stop saying Black Hole. Stop it. It's not. I didn't see. You know what? I didn't see Aladdin either, and it's a me thing. I have not felt compelled to see a lot of the live action remakes lately. None of them has been like I need to go to the movies and watch it. So Cheaper by the Dozen was a bad remake. Unidentified Flying All. I mean, you can go back. You can go back to the 50s. There were some really bad ones in there. I don't even know if I would count some of those. Darren says, please spare us. Is the Black Hole on Disney Plus? I believe it is. I will do, you know what? I will do a Black Hole watch party for those that want to participate in it just because. And I think Vincent and Bob alone make Black Hole worth watching. And if you know, you know. I hear a lot of people say that Cinderella was excellent. I didn't see it either. And it again, that's nothing to take away from that. My time to just sort of sit back and watch TV is not plentiful. So Black Hole, what is a watch party where no one shows up, Alex? Becky, that's so funny and mean. I'll bet you if I do a Black Hole watch party, somebody will show up. It smells like Fort Wilderness. Now I got to go to Fort Wilderness and see if it smells like this. I'm going to walk around and like smell Fort Wilderness and I'm going to smell the soap. But I really am afraid to use. I'm afraid to use the ones that smell like the Haunted Mansion because I don't want people going. Why is that? It's very like. I could see Jeff C using this. It's very soft and delicate and flowery. I did not love Cinderella. It's a new drinking game. How many times will Lou say Black Hole when he sees it? Ernest Borgnine. Ernest Borgnine is in Black Hole. So was Anthony Perkins. Like, it had a good cast. Slim Pickens is the voice of Bob. Need I say more? People will show up for a Black Hole and Grease tap watch party. I don't know. We can't, because if I do forget it. We're not going to do Grease. All right. Since this is would you rather, I need to sort of focus, Mongello. Would you rather visit the set of the next Marvel movie or win a weekend trip to Disneyland? Would you rather visit the set of the next Marvel movie, sort of spend the day on the set of the next Marvel movie, or win a weekend trip to Disneyland? Turns off Lou to watch Black Hole. Right? Brian Holt, Maximilian Schell. Like, These are like good, whatever. Um, Andrew Milan says weekend trip. Amanda Catherine in all caps, which means he's yelling at me, says Marvel set without a doubt. I know. Focus. Wow, this is interesting. Wow, this is really interesting. Weekend trip to Disney. This is sort of like I wish I had there was a way to they this used to have a built-in poll feature. Does it come with reservations? Yes, it does. Weekend trip, chance to make more memories, Marvel movie on set, weekend trip. It's like back and forth. Set of Marvel, weekend trip. Wow, these are always fascinating. Ones that I think are going to go one way really split down the middle. I'm not reading Brian Dennis's because he made fun of my love of Black Hole. I have a Vincent Funko Pop up there because I enjoy the movie so much, and I have Black Hole and Vincent action figures in the vault here too, um, which I'm obviously not going to leave to Brian Dennis when I pass. Disneyland weekend trip. Curious, we do need a weekend. We do need a Goofy movie watch party. I will. I think I have that as a future. Once we get through Moon Knight, we'll get there. Weekend trip to Disneyland. I need to see Marvel Campus. Ashley Bittenbetter, I'm not kidding. That I may or may not. When I heard that um, Moon Knight and now Mr. Knight is in Avengers Campus, I'm like, is it literally possible for me to go for like 2 days just to report on that? Because I need to bring that information to you firsthand, share that with you live, and because, good Lord, I love Avengers Campus so much. If I could bump into Mark Ruffalo, Marvel set, Beatrice made it weird. Um, Set of Marvel, trip to Disneyland for sure, 100% Disneyland. Wow, it's really a sort of split. It's sort of split between the two. I see. I think for me, and I understand the appeal, which is why I sort of framed it this way, is that you're winning a weekend trip to Disneyland. So you're sort of getting the free trip. But I think you can go to Disneyland for all intents and purposes anytime. But to have the opportunity to go and visit a Marvel set for the day, in a heartbeat, in an absolute heartbeat. So Becky also makes it weird talking about Thor. I'm not even going to read the comments. Um, I'm not as into the movies as I am the parks. It's a tough one. I enjoy Disneyland so much. Going to a Marvel movie is a once in a lifetime experience. Deborah Mickens, I agree, which is why I thought it would be more, at least more heavily weighted on that side. Um, he needs people to carry it. Do I prefer Napa Rose at Disneyland or the Boathouse in Florida? For myself, I love Napa Roses. Joshua Smith. Joshua Smith, I have been fortunate enough to eat at both, including the first and only time Becky ever took me to Napa Rose was on our last visit. We had a lovely meal, but it's not even a question for me. It's Boathouse all the way, all day, every day, and also on the weekend for brunch. Napa Rose was very nice, and it was very elegant, and Becky and I had a lovely meal together, but it's Boathouse. It's going to be Boathouse, which, by the way, I haven't been to in. It's been weeks. It's been weeks. Because you know what? There's no one, anyone, who I can get to go. Doesn't even matter. I'll go by myself. I'll take my candles and. Can we pick the location of the Marvel set? I'm not sure I want to visit Georgia. Um, I don't know. I know they film elsewhere. Like, I think they said Thor Ragnarok was filming in like New Zealand, right? Weren't they filming in New Zealand? Anyway, um, okay. If they were real restaurants, speaking of like, we'll circle back to staying in my lane and talking about what I know. If they were real restaurants, if these characters had their own real restaurants, would you rather eat at Gusto's, Remy's, from Remy, or would you rather eat at Tiana's? Would you rather eat at Gusto's or would you rather eat at Tiana's? Would you rather be able to draw Marvel characters or classic Disney? Oh, Marvel characters. I've tried doing both. I'm horrible. Like at my advanced age, my figures now look not very much different from when I was 6 years old. I can't do, and I even bought. I think I still have like the How to Draw Marvel characters. the book is an abomination. Not abomination the character, but abomination in terms of my lack of artistic ability. So we'll see if this question goes the way that I would. So would you go to Gusto's or would you go to Tiana's? And I see one Gusto. I see two Gustos. I see three Gustos, four, five, and then the rest seem to be all Tianas. Which I only wish that there was room in Magic Kingdom when Splash makes that conversion. And I've said this. I think I wait. Didn't I think we said this on a show relatively recently? If somebody could tell me, 562, 560, 571. So I don't know, somewhere in the no 671 something. We armchair imagineered restaurants. I think that Tiana's should go where Paddlefish is. I think Paddlefish is an amazing venue. Um, it's fine. I think the appetizers are better than the entrees. They have a nice brunch, but imagine Tiana's restaurant, like Tiana's place, being in where that was. I told him on the show how that was supposed to be a New Orleans themed area next to a New Orleans themed resort. But I'm with you guys. Tiana's all day, every day. Give me some gumbo and jambalaya and all that kind of stuff, and I'm all over that. Which, by the way, Becky Mankin, put on your little thing. We need to do New Orleans again. We need to do New Orleans again, maybe with a cruise, because I just want to go back to New Orleans. So Deborah says I can absolutely see Tiana's and Paddlefish. I think of all the easiest conversions of something Disney could make, other than kicking out the folks from Paddlefish, who are very nice, by the way, that would be the easiest one. Like, it would be easy, it would make sense, and that would kill. A Tiana's restaurant in Disney Springs would just kill, and they wouldn't have to do very much other than some, um, change of decor on the inside. So, okay. Not saying what would take its place, but as long as we're talking about things like Paddlefish sort of being replaced by something else, if you had to lose one, would you rather have Space Mountain or Big Thunder Mountain close forever in Walt Disney World? Would you rather have Space Mountain or Big Thunder Mountain close forever? Doesn't matter what's going to replace it, you don't know, but assume one of those has to close. Which would you, quote unquote, prefer to lose? Would you lose Space Mountain or would you lose Big Thunder Mountain? Could you put Tiana's on Tom Sawyer Island? It's too small. Aunt Polly's is too small. Aunt Polly's is a very small, has a tiny little kitchen, and you'd literally have to like gut Tom Sawyer Island. And I had to, like, I wanted to turn this around because sometimes it's not just about getting something. Sometimes we have to lose things at the expense for others. So if you had to lose one, not knowing what would it be, wow, this is interesting too. Matthew says, I don't like this game anymore. Overwhelmingly Space Mountain. Well, I say that, and then here come the Big Thunders. Why do you choose violence? I'm not being violent. Like, things at Walt Disney World go away. Rest in peace, Stitch's Great Escape. See, but this is part of the fun, right? Like, Answer's like, I can't. Space is high on my face. Wow, see this too. Hunter just refuses to choose. Maggie Hager is like, my son not having it. He is a conscientious objector. He's just not doing it. Wow, it's a terrible question. The terribleness is part of the fun. It's too hard to pick. Space Mountain, Big Thunder is one of my faves. Space Mountain's better at Disneyland. Lose Space Mountain, even though Big Thunder is similar to Seven Dwarfs. Lose Space because of the night rides, Big Thunder. See? Jeffrey makes a good point. If it was the Disneyland version of Space Mountain, says Jeremy Goff, it would be a tougher choice. Go check out Goff Stock where is it, Jeff? Jeremy. It's every other. I don't know why I called you Jeff, because I sort of combined Jeremy and Goff into just one word. So now you're Jeff. So Jeremy, Goff stock is what? Jeff. I don't know, I keep calling you Jeff now. Jeremy does like live performances, like takes requests of his own, sometimes acoustic and electric versions of Disney songs or the music. Incredibly talented. Don't tell him I said that. Space is better at Disneyland. It's Sophie's choice. I mean, I don't think it's not that serious. Jeff says if I keep going on Disney cruises, I'm not going to fit on either. All right, listen. We will get off the losing things. If you had to spend, we'll come out of the parks for a second. If you had to spend an entire day, does not sound like a bad day, I promise you. If you had to spend an entire day binge watching, would you binge watch all of Disney's animated movies or all the Disney live action movies? Obviously, you wouldn't be able to do them, but if you had to binge watch, would you binge watch Disney animated movies or Disney live action movies all day long? As I get hate mail about the space and Big Thunder question, it's just it's pure. It's just for fun. They're not. Neither one is going away. I promise you. Don't worry. Everybody calls me Jeff. I don't think anybody calls you Jeff. Let's see. Animated. Does Marvel count in live action? No, we're going to stick specifically to Disney movies. Not Marvel, not Star Wars. Animated. Wow. Overwhelming animation. Too many animated classics, says Dan Boyle. Dan, it was so good to see you, man. You know, like, my heart is with you, brother. Hunter and Maggie both agree animated. Becky, Marvel is not included. Just a Goofy movie on repeat. I know. Tina, I promise we're going to watch. Once Moon Knight is over, or I don't have time to do it in between, but once Moon Knight is over, I promise Goofy movie will be the next Disney Plus pick of the week, and maybe we'll live watch it together. Brian says animated movies are better quality. Brian really hates Black Hole. Like he won't even watch live action anymore. He's so upset about Black Hole that he's all old school animation, animated. I liked when Freeform has Disney weekends. Hilko says, if this question is not 100% animated, people just don't understand. Listen, there are some folks who are. Yeah, there's a bunch of folks who are saying live action. I think the way you have to sort of frame the question, right? Is it 24 hours of picking your favorite animated or live action, or is it just hit play and it's just going to be whatever sort of random animated or live action? Because Disney live action, again, going back years, can sometimes be hit or miss. You start getting a few of those. You get a couple of those eggs in there, and it's not as entertaining of a day. Where I think I would probably say animated too, right? Especially if you know you're going to get some of those classics in there as well. Kira says we're only giving you a hard time about Goofy movie because you'd love it. It's so good. That's what everybody keeps telling me. And Kira, we have to catch up one day too. I want to know how things are going with you. Would you rather have? Would you rather have a lightsaber or we're going to make it very simple and very fun so nobody can get mad. Well, maybe you will. Would you rather have a lightsaber or a magic wand? Would you rather have Star Wars character here, lightsaber, or the fairy godmother's magic wand? Trying to lighten the mood. The Black Hole and Big Thunder questions did not go over as easily as I thought they would. Would you rather have a lightsaber or a magic wand? I think this actually, now that I think about it, this is actually an easy question. This is actually a ridiculous question, Lou, because if you have a magic wand, you'll just make yourself a lightsaber. Right. So Elizabeth says, yeah, well, can't your wand just make a lightsaber? And yet a lot of people say lightsaber, which is interesting. That someone would choose that we would, as a former sociology major, interesting that the choice of a weapon over something that can create things. I think magic wand is the answer. Okay, would you rather have? Would you rather have? They're not fast pass. Would you rather have lightning lane for? No, I'm going to come back to this. I'm going to reframe that question. Would you rather? Would you rather have dinner in Walt Disney World with Joe Rohde or Jon Favreau? Who would you rather have dinner with? Pick whatever restaurant that you want, as long as it's Boathouse. Would you rather have dinner with Joe Rohde or Jon Favreau? And if you want to explain why, I'd be very curious to hear your answer. By the way, I have moved from my Turvis, from my Turbices to my new. I literally have used this every single day since I got it as a gift. I won't. You know who you are. You're here. Thank you for this. I love this. Like, I love my Corksicle. I think it's Corksicle. That's how I've been pronouncing it. It's my new favorite thing, and it keeps cold like forever, like for days, like 40 hours. It's amazing. So thank you. Like, literally, this is all I've used every day since I got it. All right, let's see where the answers are here, because I have no idea where it will go. Joe, Rohde, Favreau, Rohde, Favreau, Favreau, Rohde, Favreau. Now Emily doesn't like that game anymore. Joe Rohde, but does the hearing need its own seat? Jon Favreau, all day, twice on Sunday. Jon Favreau, who was Foggy Nelson, by the way, in. I'm not a fan of Ben Affleck, but the Daredevil movie is not that bad, but very small role as Foggy Nelson. Um, Jon Favreau, would love to talk Marvel and Star Wars with him. Favreau, Rohde, love the history of the park. So Joe, Favreau, Jon Favreau to talk through the creative process with him. Joe to hear all the stories. Joe, this is sort of split right down the middle. And I thought about this myself for a while. So John, I'm a film guy. I followed him since Swinger days. Joe Rohde for sure. Dan Boyle says tough to choose, but right now Favreau, he's taking Star Wars to the next level. Jon Favreau, I think he's the future of Star Wars. I'd love to talk about the whole franchise. Favreau, Joe. So it's interesting. It's sort of like all over the place. Emily says I have to go with John because Joe talks a lot about his work on social. Yeah, if you're not following Joe Rohde, he and his Instagram posts are like micro books. Like, they're usually very, very long, very detailed. Favreau. So for me, the answer is Favreau. Right? I think the answer is almost unquestionably Favreau, because I think Favreau, his while Joe's work and the spectrum of his work in terms of projects he worked on for Disney is incredible, right? Instant legend. Like, he is a first ballot, legendary Imagineer. But I think Favreau comes in from the actor perspective, from the Disney perspective, the Marvel perspective, the Star Wars perspective, the technology perspective, the filmmaker, the director, the producer, the creative, right? A lot of the things that we've seen, especially with things like Mando, Iron Man, like that literally is Favreau's handprint all over it. Plus, I just love him in Rudy, which I would talk to him about, because whenever I watch Rudy, I cry like me. Chef, if you've never seen Chef, I think Chef is still on. He is amazing in Chef. I think Favreau, I think sitting down I think he'd be a more fun meal to have. Joe Rohde doesn't seem to like he laughs a lot. Like, I think, like, I want to be friends with Jon Favreau. Like, in my mind, we are friends. He just doesn't know it yet. I think Rohde is a little bit of a tougher nut to crack. I'm sure he's a wonderful personal guy. I've met him a couple times. He was very, very nice, very cordial. But I think if I'm like hanging with somebody at Boathouse, like, I think I want to chow down and like order a bunch of stuff with Favreau. I'm not saying it's ever going to happen, but wait. Becky, hold the phone. You've never seen Rudy? take my glasses off for dramatic effect. You see that, Favreau? Um, you've never seen Rudy? Good God, woman. Sean Astin and Jon Favreau. It's heartwarming. It's all the things. It will make your little heart. I will do a Rudy live watch party if I have to. Who's the Wild Man Now is one of the best deliveries, emotional of a line given by Jon Favreau. Lori says I tear up. Joe doesn't laugh a lot because it keeps. I always tear up during Rudy. Um, it's Beth. It's not a football movie. It's not. Rudy is not a football movie. The amount of actual football that's in Rudy is maybe 10%. Ned Beatty is so good. Like Sean Astin is. It is the story about Rudy Rudiger. Like it is not about necessarily him on the football. I think there's like very very little football that's actually on screen. Um, it's a remarkable. Victor says he was off. I don't know if he was offsides. You mean like in real life or in the movie? The ending is heartwarming, incredible. Yeah, Rudy is whatever. So, would you rather stay in the Cinderella Castle suite for one night or have Club 33 access for the weekend? Would you rather stay in the Castle Suite in Walt Disney World for one night, or would you rather have Club 33 access for the weekend? Becky, stop. Just don't even answer. Becky is literally like frolicking around her house right now, answering the question to herself. We don't want to hear it. This is for everyone else other than Becky. Castle Suite for the night. Where can we watch it? Or Club 33 for the weekend. Wow, very interesting. Very interesting. Club 33, a lot of Castle Suites. Tina says it's so tough. Samantha says the Castle Suite. Jeff says Club 33, just because a weird bearded guy looking out the window at the castle would scare guests. It's like a two-way, like you can see out, they can't see in, so don't sweat it, man. The suite, because I'd have the memories, I think I'd just be sad walking by Club 33 after just a weekend. I always wanted to go to Club 33 just for a weekend. Castle for the tub. Cinderella Castle Suite. Can we watch Rudy in Club 33? I'm going to say no. But you're going to watch it in the Castle Suite on your little phone. Wait, Rebecca, you actually did use it when you were a cast member and you used it when it used to be a dressing room after it was the telephone operator's room? Imagine having that gig when Walt Disney World first opened. Castle Suite. It's interesting. It's interesting the division between the two. Castle Suite because it's so special. Why the hard stuff? The castle can stay overnight in Magic Kingdom, but Club 33, Castle Suite all the way. And that's why I sort of gave you the one night in the Castle Suite versus the entire weekend. Remember, because the weekend at the club, you've got 4 locations, 4 parks. I didn't even specify like what amenities sort of come with that in terms of, privileges and access and passes and things like that. But I think, Amanda, that's the right answer, the suite, because it's almost completely unobtainable otherwise. So, like, unless you know somebody, that's it's because if you know somebody, there's a possibility of getting into Club 33, right? There is no other way, right? There's no other way you're ever going to get in the Castle Suite, right? It was sort of like the other question from earlier. It's about doing that thing that you would not have an opportunity to elsewhere. So, would you rather ride Haunted Mansion or Pirates of the Caribbean with the lights on? You have a doom buggy or a boat all to yourself or your friends or your family. Take me with you. I've never seen either with the lights on, by the way. Would you rather watch Haunted Mansion or Pirates of the Caribbean with the lights on? I'm smelling my Haunted Mansion candle like for a fact. I'm pretending I'm in my Doom buggy. Pirate. Wow. Wow. Tina Podreski says Haunted Mansion. I thought Haunted Mansion was going to take this by a mile, and now it looks like it might. There's a lot more pirates than I thought there would be. Pirates with I never said with Johnny Depp at the end. Haunted Mansion Pirates. I just don't. I mean, I think there'd be some things that you would see in Pirates. I don't think that there is as much potential wow factor, right? Because Haunted Mansion is so in the dark, and there are so many things that we sort of strain our eyes to see, especially in places like the attic or the graveyard. To have those areas fully illuminated, or to see what it's like in the seance room or in the ballroom with all the lights on, I think that would be cool. I'll make this one relatively easy for you, and I'll take the one other potential barrier out. Assuming that I'm taking you and we're going together, it's my treat. Would you rather go to dinner with me at Takumite or Victoria and Albert's? Me and you, mano a mano, one on one. Are we going to Takumite or are we going to Victoria and Albert's? Maggie also makes a great point. We love Haunted Mansion so much, we want to keep the secrets secret. But if I'm going to take you out to dinner, right? We'll get dressed up nice. We'll go out to dinner. Me and you. Are we going to Takumite or are we going to Victoria and Albert's? Japan, because I can't spell. um, I didn't say Boathouse. Victoria and Albert's too fancy. I'm a cheap date. You could just say Japan if you don't know how to spell Takumite. Would rather go to your wheelhouse, Victoria and Albert's. Let me know when. Dan Boyle says, dinner with Lou, period. Even what, Dan, I will take you to White Castle, brother. Like, I kid you not. You let me know when you're coming out. I will take you in my car. We will go to White Castle together and we will just frolic on the outside patio like Becky and I did for 3 hours one day. I think Takumite is the right answer. I mean, there's no right answer. They're both, Victoria and Albert's is a remarkable meal, but Victoria and Albert's, I'm a history and royal family girl. Ellen Matshaw says, if you're buying, we'd go anywhere to White Castle. I mean, I appreciate that because White Castle is going to save me a lot more than if I was taking to either of the two other locations. Can you take my HB and bring, I don't know what an HB is. HB? What's, you kids and your acronym. I don't know. I literally don't know what an HB is. Like now I have all these things as HB. I'm not going to even say it out loud. So Stuart says, I'm not a big sushi fan. Most of the food, actually very little of the food in Takumite is sushi. Most of the other stuff is cooked. And I think the best part of the meal might not be the sushi. It might actually be the other things that are on the menu. And when that reopens, get ready for it. Strap in, Becky. I want to go. If only there was somebody, anybody, just one person that would want to go with me. I mean, I'll dine alone. I don't care. It wouldn't be the first time. Victoria and Albert's, but don't make me order a rare steak. No, you don't order your steak rare. Medium. Like, medium is fine. Like, you don't order it medium well like Stephen Grant in Moon Knight, but Takumite all the way. Iggy Torres, dude, we got to go to Portillo's one day. Let's make that happen. I will meet you at Portillo's one day, brother. It's not like Kumite from Bloodsport. It's Takumi Te. You have to sit at the Walmart table at V&A for that. Um, wait, Honey Bunny Fufu. Wait, what? I'm not sure if it's a joke or not. I'll have to look this up. Um, I like Katrina says, "Breathe, Becky, breathe." All right. Would you rather have? Let's move on from dinner. Let's move to dessert. Would you rather have a Gideon's cookie or an Everglazed donut? I will also buy. I mean, I'm not. Listen, I'm a soup to nuts kind of guy. Would you rather have an Everglazed cookie or I'm sorry, a Gideon's cookie or an Everglazed donut? Gideon's cookie. I'm back and forth on this one too. Again, not the sweets guy, but man, that dark chocolate cookie, that dark chocolate triple chocolate cookie at Everglazed is really good. And they have a cold brew peanut butter like espresso coffee that's remarkably good. But man, oh man, I love the ube and the blueberry donut at Everglazed, something fierce. Wow, it's again, this is interesting too. Tina Bodrasky, Everglazed with a funky chicken. When you come down, forget Boathouse when you come down. We'll go to Everglazed instead. Um, wow, this is sort of like half and half too. Cookies and donuts, cookies and donuts. The dark chocolate coffee cake cookie, Stacy Bank. I wait, what? There is a dark chocolate and coffee cake cookie. I gotta get my I have to get my son his license so I can send him out on runs to start getting that stuff. No fair. I say Gideon. The wife says donut. If you're smart, each of you gets one, and then you split it and you share it. Gideon's cookie in between two Everglazed donuts would be. I will bring the paddles for you so that I can restart your heart when that's done. A cookie for Hunter and I. It sounds just like you want Hunter to get a cookie so you can have some of his. Gideon's cookie. Donut says Sue Passower. Donut says Becky. Becky gives the most Becky. Becky, you literally make it so easy. Donut. Because I hate standing in line and the cookie line is crazy, so I'm just not going to get a donut. It is the most Becky answer ever. Like, let me screenshot that. Bloop. There we go. Bloop, bloop. There you go. Got that. I can hear you saying it. I'm going to go with the other option because I just don't stand in line, and that line is insane. I refuse to do it. Becky, assuming someone was bringing it to you, then you can sort of answer the question that way. An Everglazed with a funky chicken. God, I haven't had a funky chicken in so long. Oh, I can't go tomorrow. Friday's Lent. Aye. Wait, the dark chocolate coffee cake cookie is only sold in the evening. Why do I think I've never had this before? I've had a coffee cake cookie, I think. I need a reason to go to um, I need a reason to go to Disney Springs this week or send my child. We have to do. I'm going to do another. You know what? In the next couple of months, I'm going to do a meet of the month at Everglazed. We did the Everglazed party, the sort of the getting back to normal. The first live event we did, sort of post COVID, was at Everglazed. We had such a good time. I'm going to talk to them about doing a meet of the month. Maybe we'll do the same kind of thing. We'll do a meet of the month like right when it opens. This way you can do donuts or you can do fun. Actually, the egg sandwiches there are really good too. You can get it on a roll, which is what I prefer, or you can get it on a donut, which might be a little bit too much, but you go do you. Somebody send me a message to do. I'll talk to the Everglades folks and we'll do that. So, yeah, Polite Pig used to have the Gideons. Now Polite Pig has, it's some sort of like bourbon something cooking. But now the play is you go to Polite, you go, you get in the virtual queue for Gideons, you go stuff your face a Polite Pig, and then by the time you're done, you waddle yourself over and your Gideons thing is ready to go. Oh, crumble cookies is good too. Crumble cookies is really, really good. Iggy, maybe we'll go to, maybe we'll meet at Everglades first. And then because Portillo's so far, it's not far away. I know. All right. All right. It's 8:30. We got a couple more because I have to get ready for the Moon Knight thing. Let's see. All right. Now the character meets are coming back next week, 2 weeks from now. Now the character meets are coming back. Would you rather have a private character meet with 5 heroes or 5 villains? Who would you rather have a private character interaction and meet with? 5 heroes. I'm not going to tell you which. It's sort of random, random draw. 5 heroes or 5 villains. I need a sampler of donuts, chicken sandwich, and the grilled cheese. If they had like a little buffet, like a little like platter like that, that's why I like buffets. I just like sort of pick. Bento, I'm a man who's built for bento boxes. Heroes, heroes, heroes. Villains, villains, villains. Becky, I know your answer is villains. Don't even bother responding. Villains because they're more rare unless you're in a not so scary Halloween party. Heroes. It's Spider-Man. The Marvel ban is gone. Is the Marvel ban gone for this? I don't know. Is the Marvel? No, the Marvel ban is not gone. So you've got 5 Disney heroes or 5 Disney villains. We'll assume this is taking place in Walt Disney World. So you're not going to see any Marvel. You're not going to see any Marvel heroes and villains. Last time I saw Kylo Ren, he chased me out of the room. So heroes, says Melanie Beadle. Villains, Gaston was a blast. Me and the wife are just too awkward. So no private meets. Just we're going to pass by and wave. Lotso because he smelled. Lotso was the biggest fake out move by Disney ever. Like, because the toy came out first. And you're like, oh my God, like he's like cute and he's huggable and he smells like strawberries. Like I have 4 lot. They were very cute. And then all of a sudden, spoiler alert, it's been a long time. I could tell you, like, Lotso's the bad guy. Not cool, man. Not cool. Heroes, and I would bring them donuts. Look at you. Go in the Hero Sue, and you bring them. How thoughtful is that? It's because we're all thinking about donuts now. Karen says, because I want to see Mickey, so I'm going to go with the heroes. A lot of villains, too. A lot of choices for villains. Hopefully one of the villains is Gaston. Jafar, Ursula, Prince John, Gaston, Lotso. Notice they scolded him for killing Han Solo. All right, let me pick a couple more. Fantasyland or Frontierland? I'll make it super simple. You can't have any sort of anger towards me because it's simple. Would you rather go to Fantasyland or would you rather go to Frontierland? Kelly Fennel says, it was Mother's Day and I asked Kylo if he had called his mom. Not cool. So mean, but still so funny. Maleficent is my favorite villain. Kate Wallace says, Fantasyland, Fantasyland. I wish it was a Scar mean street. Scar's a bad dude, man. This is interesting too. Wow, a lot more for Frontier than I thought of. Frontierland, Frontierland, Frontierland. My answer is Frontierland. I think I've talked about this on the show before. I think Frontierland at night is one of the most beautiful places in all of Walt Disney World. Like wandering through a nearly empty Frontierland with that music playing is one of the most beautiful, serene experiences in Walt. Wait, somebody write this down, please. Top 10 serene experiences or moments in Walt Disney World. You know what my number one's going to be. Katsura Grill, I'm looking at you. Oh, God, I forgot to post that. I have a whole post about on Instagram. I took some pictures from an empty Japan the other night. But I love Frontierland. I love Frontier. Becky, remember the event we were going to do in Frontierland? That close. That close. An after hours event on the streets of Frontierland until we found out that they were still building new Fantasyland and they needed to drive the trucks through where we would be having dessert. So That would have been amazing. Could we have pulled? Well, whoops. Now we can. I guess we could do something like that now. Write that. Somebody write that down and tell me to write that down for Becky. Okay. The view from Splash at Castle Night. Carlos, I think I did do top 10. I think I did top 10 places in Walt Disney World at night or something to that effect. If somebody, I'm 87% sure. All right, one last one. One last one. We'll make this. I'll make it non-controversial, and I think it's a relatively simple one. It's not a simple one to answer, but I think it's a simple one, sort of in the framing of the questions. Would you rather thrill rides or chill rides? What do you prefer when you go to the parks? Thrill rides or chill rides? You can sort of classify whatever attractions you want into those two buckets. But are you more of a people mover, Navi River journey, Peter Pan's flight kind of guy or gal? Or are you a race to space, dash to splash, rock and roller coaster, thrill ride kind of person? I am far and away not even close. I always have been. Even when I was younger, I've always been more of a chill ride person. And the ones that I mentioned are some of my favorites. Like, I could ride TTA all day, all night. I don't need, and actually, I'm the kind of person, like, I don't particularly like first thing in the morning. Like, I can't do Space Mountain first thing in the morning. I like to ease into it. But I'm more of a go left, make your way clockwise through the park. So by the time I get to Space Mountain, I've already sort of gotten myself up there. And by I mean I've had at least 2 or 3 meals. So I'm always a chill ride. What's your favorite chill ride in the parks? Because I think there's a lot. I think there's a lot more than people might recognize. And a chill ride could be the monorail. A chill ride could be the ferry boat. A chill ride could be the tram. Like, wherever you call a chill ride is a chill ride. But I am people move with a magnetic launch. That answer might change once you ride Tron, and once you ride Guardians of the Galaxy. By the way, who has reservations for Guardians of the Galaxy when it opens at the end of May? Who's ready for Guardians of the Galaxy when it opens at the end of May? I cannot wait to see that. I'm very, 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 very curious to see. Kilimanjaro Safari, a great chill ride. Great chill ride. TTA is without a doubt. Like, and Splash. So Corinne, I think Splash is a little bit of thrill and a little bit of chill, right? So there's the drops and stuff, but I like the chill portion of Splash more than I like the thrill portion. Kilimanjaro Safari is a great one too. The Land, Spaceship Earth. Top 10, Jason. Wow, episode 104. 570 some odd episodes ago. Good Lord. Really? 570 episodes. Top 10 things that are better at Walt Disney World at night. I've never really repeated a show in 17 years. Although there's one I'm going to revisit. There is a top 10 I'm going to revisit soon. Skyliner. Oh, Melon, that's right. Skyliner's a chill ride. Skyliner over to Topolino's Terrace, and then you take the chill elevator up to the top, and you chill at your table as they bring out I'm literally closing my eyes because I'm picturing this, and they bring out your chicken sugo rigatoni, and you split the filet with somebody else just because you want to have that as your side dish. That's my kind of chill ride. So, and you know what? I probably have another 50 that I wrote in anticipation for tonight. So we will definitely have to do this again. Do you like this? Do you like the Would You Rathers? Do you like the sort of Disney this or that? We can do a Marvel version. We can do a movie version. We can do a theme park version. We can do a cruise line version. If you dig it, let me know. Tell me in the comments. You could also let me know by you sharing this with somebody going, hey, we had a lot of fun tonight. You should definitely check this out and listen to the show and join us every Wednesday night. Couple of reminders. Don't forget to, if you're part of the nation, our watch party is coming up at 9 o'clock tonight. Check your inboxes on Patreon and check the Nation Facebook group. This is one of the many reasons, if you're not part of the Nation family, I'd love for you to come over and be part of it with us. Also, don't forget to check out the WDW Radio blog and find out how you, your child, you, whatever, can make this. This is by Kendall Foreman. Her design, her instructions. It's pretty amazing, and it's something that you can have and display at home. Don't forget, our Disney Wish logo contest is going on now through May 2nd. This is for our August 1st cruise on the Disney Wish. We're going to do another one later on for our very merry time cruise on the Disney Wish, which is going to be December 5th. And by the way, if you are interested in joining us, I believe the August 1st is sold out. Becky can correct me if I'm wrong, but we are taking wait list names there. We also have room available on our Disney Wish December 5th. You can go to www.com/DisneyWish2022, get a free no obligation quote from Mouse Fan Travel. We're also going on the Fantasy next year, 8-night, overnight. Boom, there you go. Lots and lots of fun stuff going on there. And what else? I know I'm forgetting some other stuff. Got the watch party. I think that's really about it. If you're not a member of the clubhouse, which I think you probably are, please do me a favor and join. More importantly, spread the word about this too. Invite some friends to come and be part of the clubhouse as well. Somebody just asked about the meat of the month. Yes, the meat of the month is going to be in 2 weeks. I'm going to post it tonight or tomorrow. I'm just trying to lock in the time. I'm going to change the location. It's not going to be in Japan this time. I'm going to pick someplace else. I've already picked someplace else. I have the graphics all ready to go. So I'll post that tonight or tomorrow. I know I'm forgetting something. It doesn't matter. What I'm not forgetting is how much I love you, how much I appreciate you, and just how much you mean to me. You, I say this all the time, I may have sort of built the four walls of this clubhouse, which exists not just in Facebook, but in just this community. But you are the one who populates it. You are the one who makes this a very special, and based on what we see outside on the internet, it's a very safe, friendly, family-friendly place. And I cannot thank you enough for making it that way, for continually keeping it that way. Even sometimes in light of bad or controversial or disturbing news or things that are going on in the real world, this always is this safe haven, this escape, this place that we can go and we know that we have friends there when we do. So thank you for doing that. Thank you for making this place the way it is and keeping it that way. That's going to do it for me. I will see some of you on the Nation live watch party in a little bit. And if not, I will see you here, probably right here again next week. And if there's ever anything that I can do for you, by all means, please let me know. I love you. I appreciate you. See ya.